friends, how are you? I've been trying to make this video for quite some time, and now is the time, and I'm really excited. You're here with Jen, the Taxidermy Witch, and we are talking about the color purple in color magic and in witchcraft. And right now I'm going to hold up like I always do so that you can pause the video if you need. Purple. And the info on that, because there's a bit. So I'm hoping you're able to pause that and get any information that you needed. So now I'm just going to say what's on the paper and talk about everything that's on the table here, because there's a lot of things that I want to talk about. I didn't think I had much purple, but I do. So, in basic magic, we can use purple in protection in general. We can use it in house blessings. We can use it when invoking spirits. We can use it in business and work issues. We can use it for new jobs, which I'm going to be venturing on very soon. And please send your best wishes to me for that. And I'm going to be resonating as much purple as I can. So, protection, house blessings, invoking spirits, business and work issues, and new jobs. Okay? Now, when we wear purple, and these are Scott Cunningham's words, purple is favored for those who work with pure divine power, or those who wish to deepen their spiritual awareness of the goddess and of the god. Now remember, guys, purple is the color of alchemy. Purple is the color that surrounds everything, and I just got chills on my arm and my hairs are standing up when I say that. Because, and we'll get to it here, but you can use purple in attaching to anything for the protection, which is great, which we talk about all the time. Most of the magic I do is for protection. So remember, the goddess is silver and the god is gold, which we talked about in previous videos. Now, remember that if you don't have gold or silver, like those candles are really hard to come by, you can use your purple candles, which range about 25 cents to 10 cents. Don't pay more than that for them, guys. Some places will try and charge you $1. That's far, far too much. Your spells will just be too financially taxing on you. I've not found a purple candle at a thrift store, so I want to talk really quick. You can burn a blue candle and a red candle, because let's remember that purple is a secondary color, and the primary colors of it are red and blue. So burn a red and blue candle together, guys, all the more powerful. I love that idea. I've not heard that from anyone else, and I thought of it yesterday, and I put them on the table for you. I love that idea. So I'll be using it in the future. I mean, things come to you, and that's your intuition. Listen to it. That's how I create most of these things. I do practical research, and then I come up with this, and I love to share it. So when we wear it, we will wear it for when we want to work with the divine power, or when we wish to deepen our spiritual awareness of the god and the goddess. Now I want to talk about herbs, okay? There aren't a lot of purple herbs that I could find in my cabinet, so I went into my Scott Cunningham Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs and just looked up under P, and because they're all alphabetical, as it's an encyclopedia, obviously, and I found nicknames that have the name purple. So the nickname Purple Betony also is, you can use it for the name Wood Betony. Purple Medic can be used for alfalfa, and Purple Willow Herb can be used for loosestrife. And then I wanted to show you some purple things that I found in my garden, because it's not an herb, it's a food, but if we do kitchen magic, and even if we don't, we can dry these things and make them our own and use them in our own spells, which I'll talk about a lot with the things I have here. So let's just check out the tray, and I'll try not to spill or burn myself. And then I will talk about everything on the tray here. So first I have picked from my garden gooseberries. Oop, dropped one there, purple, really beautiful. and these purple peas, which we're drying out for seeds. They're fantastic. We've got grapes. Concord grapes are purple. Lots of grapes are purple. And this is dried purple sage from our garden. And I don't know if you can see that purple in there, but it's really purple when you first pick it. And then when you dry it, it's just mildly purple. And then, of course, the lovely chives, which if you keep by your doorstep will protect a home. And that's what we've got out there. These are dried chives. And yeah, then also from my garden, I have these gorgeous purple cosmic, oh, I don't know what you call them. They go in a hanging basket. But can you see they look like the universe? My husband and I were so excited about those. So excited. Okay, so those are the purple things from my garden. And now we can talk about some purple bips and bobs, okay? You can use purple thread, and I didn't have any purple pins. So again, white circumference is all things in color magic, and then red and blue are the primary colors of the secondary color purple. So you could use those instead of your pins, because I didn't have any purple pins in my rainbow basket. So you can also use purple nail polish. You could wear that, or you could write out a petition in it if you were just like, this is old nail polish. Don't throw it away. You could use it for your magic. Okay? And then bips and bobs, we do beautiful ribbons. Beautiful ribbons. You can tie your sachets with those. You can put them on a jar that you're going to make for a magic oil. Lots of things that you could do with those. You could tie those around your neck in a bow like I do sometimes. I really like that look. I think it's fun. And then also if you had like purple string like this like friendship bracelet string, you could use that for the same thing as ribbon. You could use it to make a bracelet for yourself. So much intention goes into it. I'm trying to learn about knot magic right now. If any of you guys know about knot magic, please let me know, and I'd love to have a conversation with you. Because again, intention when you're making those knots for the bracelet, oh, so cool. You could wear it like this. This is actually one that I've had since I was a kid. So this is really old and precious to me, but these are two that I found on eBay, and they're just old vintage barrettes. You remember the old vintage barrettes? So cool. I love wearing these. I always get compliments on them. So things that you've had for a long time, like from your childhood, that can be really preciously resonating with you. So for protection, you know, for love, for just pure special precious energy, things like that can be used for. Things you've had for a long time that you've not been able to get rid of, that for some reason you just love and hang on to. Let's talk now about buttons, because in my big button bag I did find purples and I was kind of surprised. So here are my buttons that I found. There's some lavenders, some purples, some beads. Really cool. You can use these for eyes in your poppets. You can use them to tie onto your sachet bags. You can use them for amulets. You can use them for lots of things. Okay, and then I want to talk about, oh, this is a really rad button because I'm the taxidermy witch. I found this one single, like a leopard, and it's fuzzy button. So I'm going to find a really cool dress or coat and just pin that right on the front or the side. I'm excited about that. And back to like petitions and asking for things that you want, law of attraction, or even just writing somebody a birthday card with intention. You can use purple inks, purple cards. These stamps I get for, you know, $1 or less at the craft store. They're teeny tiny words, letters, punctuations, etc. And get these inks for under $1 in the clearance bins, and then just like a nice purple card, you can write someone that you love, you can just stamp it out, all your intention. You know, if they need protection, if they're sick, because we talked about purple being for protection. You could make a get well card in all purple, and they won't know that it's witchcraft, guys. Witchcraft, the word scares a lot of people, but remember, there are very few harmful witches, in my opinion. There are many more witches that are doing things for good only, and that is 98% of my practice, and very, very seldom have I had to do something that was a banishing, an exorcism, a return to sender. And I hope that I don't have to do those things. You know, I'm trying to put good out into the world so that I get good back. And that's a really happy thing. Now let's talk about stones. This is, of course, an amethyst. And we can use amethyst in a lot of ways. I should do a video on that. And then don't forget that clear quartz can circumference anything. Just like white in color magic can circumference anything, a clear quartz can do that for the stones, okay? So, you could do your yoga on a purple yoga mat, like I do. You could, excuse me, buddy. Now, this is my this is my rose quartz, and they're little amethysts. It's a crown that I wear in meditation, and I don't keep it up on my head, I keep it here, because then it stays over my third eye, my pineal gland, okay? It's really pretty, but the amethysts are just teeny tiny, and I love this crown. It makes me feel so good. I wore it all day, pretty much during the last eclipse that happened, the lunar eclipse, and it really helped me because that was such a high energetically crazy time. So that really helped balance me out. And then when we talk about chakras, the purple resonates with your third eye, which falls right here between your eyebrows, and it is purple, and it is the 6th chakra from the top, okay? So let's talk about another way that you can wear it. If you had an essential oil like lavender that was purple, lavender is purple, you could wear that. You could dab a little bit of it onto your pulse points or on your neck. That's what I do. You could wear it in eyeshadows. These are the 2 palettes I'm wearing today. I'm wearing the purple only from this palette right here, and it's called Venom. And then I'm wearing the Amethyst for a highlight, and these are both Kat Von D palettes. I guess I should show you my eyes. Hopefully you could see that. I don't want to burn my hair in the candle. Okay, let's talk about other things that you can use that are unconventional, and then I'll get over here to like my herbs and stuff, okay? So, lavender syrup is super yummy. A little bit goes a long way. You could really ruin a lemonade. I do a lemonade where I just get like fresh organic lemons, I cut them, I squeeze them, I put them in the fresh well water, not fluoridated water, well water, or filtered water or mineral water, and then I put maybe a capful into a big jug, and then I go little by little on taste, and I put like fresh rosemary in there from my garden. Whoo, that tastes so good, you guys, so good. So lavender syrup, it goes a long way, don't forget. My purple star of creation hangs out in my daughter's room because she asked for it and I wanted to give it to her. So just you could make a purple star of creation, but this is my blue. And speaking of my daughter, she gave me this rose, and she saved her own money for it from allowance and then bought it for me for Christmas. and gave it to me. And that was my only Christmas gift. It wasn't in this jar. I put it in this jar. It was just this little rose with a little baby's breath, and it was the best gift I got that year, because it was the first year that she bought me something with her own money, and it was so precious and so cool. So I keep this on my family altar, and this represents her. And I just wanted to show you guys that because it's really precious. And something like that can help you so much in your magic. If I wanted to do something to help my daughter get through a hard time in her life, or if I wanted to do something to help her with her education if she was struggling, I could channel that energy to her with that piece that she gave me, because she put so much energy into the money that she made to get it, and then I've kept it for all these years and looked at it and loved it. So, and kissed it. Kiss your things, guys. So that piece right there, anything like that that you have, will really do something amazing for your magic, okay? Now let's talk about things that you can do in the kitchen, because kitchen magic and kitchen witchcraft is so awesome. Cleaning with things that are like lavender scented, or any kind of scent, but lavender just is purple. Love these because it really relaxes you while you're cleaning. It's aromatherapy while you're cleaning. You can have a lavender deodorant or room spray, dryer sheets. I mean, I love lavender in my house, guys. Like I said, the more I walked around and the more that I found, I was like, oh my gosh, purple's everywhere. You just don't really see it, per se. I have this lovely purple paraffin wax, and I have a paraffin wax melter. Paraffin wax is what you dip your hands or your feet into at a manicure or a pedicure, and it makes them so soft, it's warm, it feels amazing. And then you pull it off like a glove. Okay, so when you pull it off like a glove, then take that and make a poppet out of it. And this is what I'm talking about. Some people call them voodoo dolls, some people call them doll babies. This is how I make my poppets. I make them out of wax. And I think that it's a really cool, interesting way to do it, and it's my own. I'm not a great sewer. I know eventually I'll get into sewing my own, but at this point, this works for me, so I'm doing it. Okay, let's talk about, so lavender, and again, when it's dried, it doesn't look completely purple, but it does have that purple hue, and when it is fresh, it is bright purple, and you will see all the bees on this bush, and it's a bush that's on the ground, and it just makes a big, giant, like, halo. They just stick out everywhere. It's really great. And the smell will just put you to heaven, put you to sleep, make you feel amazing. It's all just really beautiful. Okay, we talked about that. And now let's get in, like, to herbs, because one of my very favorite things is herbalism. Here's some purple rose petals. And then, you guys know my very favorite resin is dragon's blood. Whew, that is something. But I just want to hold up this chunk and show you how gorgeous it is. And it's a little purple, but it's mostly kind of like red maroon. But definitely has little flecks of like purple in there, which is fantastic. Now, seaweed I've talked about in the green video, but I think that everybody might think that most seaweed is just green. Well, it's not. There's all kinds of colors of it, but this is a dulce, which is really great to have in your body and eat. So you could either do this for kitchen magic, or you could do it for regular magic and witchcraft. But it's a beautiful, beautiful dark, dark purple. And that is so good for you. Okay, and then we have lilac from my mother's house. And it is a gorgeous purple even still. I picked this in May or April. Oh, that smells good. And you can make sugars out of this. I like to make sugars and syrups out of that. And I picked it at my mom's, which makes it all the more special because it came from somewhere that had a lot of love. Maybe not just a random nursery where people were working. When my mom takes care of her plants, she's putting so much love into them. And that's witchcraft. I don't know if she knows that, but like, she talks to her plants, she tells them she loves them, she sits there and she prays that they'll do well. Well, that's what I do. I just call it something else. So now I want to talk about a really cool ingredient, passion fruit. And it is a dark purple when you get it. And guys, when you're purchasing them brand new, and you want to let them ripen in the sun until they look ugly and crinkly and rotten, because the taste inside is, the skin protects it, but the taste inside is amazing and it gets that beautiful sun. And then you eat out the middle, and you can write me a message and thank me after you have one. They're almost out of season. Get one now. And then you just put the skins in your dehydrator. If you don't have a dehydrator, go get one. And then they are so good. Passion. What is that word? Love. Romance. Fertility. All of it. These are such a strong, cool ingredient for romance. I love them. I use those skins often. You can put ingredients inside of them. You can bury it. You can do so many things with that. Elderberries. And juniper berries. They've really got a purplish red tinge to them. Some more amethyst to look at. I'm keeping that on my purple sage bundle, which I'm getting ready to wrap up. Can you hear it? I'm getting ready to wrap this up into a bundle just like this. And I'll make a video on that because you can wrap up anything that smells good. You can do this with mugwort. You can do this with sage. You can do this with purple sage. You can do this with, this is white sage, your common one. You can do this with rosemary. Whew, that's one of my very favorites, is a rosemary bundle that you've grown yourself, done up yourself. All the intention goes into that. I didn't make this sage stick, you know, but it still cleanses my house. We did grow this. When we cleanse our house with this, I will save this for really special times where I feel I need a really potent item. I use this in my everyday when I start to feel the negative come in. Here we go. Okay, and then let's just quickly talk about shells, because I am the taxidermy witch and I know I have a skull on the table, but I haven't really talked about taxidermy yet. Now, I couldn't find any taxidermy that was purple in a peacock feather, which I've shown in so many videos. You could find flecks of purple in there, but this is really purple, and shells in general have so much purple in them and different colors. This oyster shell is really old, but right there's a flecks of purple. And so, guys, you can just have this on the table with you while you're doing your workings. You can do your workings inside of it. You can, because this is protection itself. The shell itself is so protective. That protected and grew a whole life inside of it, and, you know, into very maturity. This is a big shell. So shells are very, very good for protection. Alright, so I've talked about everything on the table. Don't forget that if you don't have purple, because it's a hard color to come by, I'm guessing, especially if you're not a female, if you're a male witch. And so you can use blue and red, because they are the basic primary colors of the secondary color purple. I really enjoyed making this video for you guys, and I'm glad that I got it done, and I hope I got it done well. All my love to you. Thank you for joining me again, Jen the Taxidermy Witch. And next we're going to be talking about, I believe, brown, black, and white. So stay tuned.